So, hello and welcome to my next chess video. This time I show you the game between Monarch 1.7 versus Deep Fritz 14. And I let them play the Queen's Gambit declined chigorin variation, which arises after the moves d4, d5, c4, the Queen's Gambit, and now the chigorin move knight to here. So, probably I would go knight c3 here, and if ever taking there, then d5. And this knight has some problems, where to go with this knight. Probably going here, defending the pawn. f4, not sure, but white could go e4. But then you have this extra pawn, but f4 is threatened, or bishop f4, so I'm not quite sure. Probably giving back the pawn. I'm not sure if this is such a great thing to do. But anyway, we have knight here, and now pawn takes and queen takes d5. Most probably. Also possible is maybe knight here. No, it's not, because of queen a4 check. So queen there, and now going here with the knight. Queen has to move. Doesn't matter where the queen moves, d5 is coming. So let's say queen here, d5. Knight there, attacking the pawn twice. Currently it's defended twice. Queen takes, knight takes, queen takes. So let's see, e4. Is there any tactical shot there in this position available? Bishop g4 might be a move, because if queen takes a knight c2 check, winning the rook. But it's not so clear. Bishop g4, queen there would block the bishop. So queen here would allow queen knight c2 check again. So probably queen d2 here. And now what? Also I'm pinning the knight. And now maybe castling queenside. But then a3. And well, this isn't a real threat, because a rook in the corner would hang. So a3 is not working. Bishop b4 check. No, this is not a check. So f3 maybe, kicking the bishop. Bishop doesn't have any useful squares. And now there is maybe g4. Yeah, this knight is pretty pesky. So probably queen here to free off this bishop. Probably bishop e3 maybe. So let's go king b1. Bishop d2 now. a3 could be a threat. Well, oh no, this doesn't work. So bishop d2. Bishop d2. Okay, if this bishop ever leaves, then there is this knight d3 threat. I would go here. Takes. a3 still doesn't work because the rook is hanging. So let's say rook here. Knight takes, but no knight takes is working. So it's hard. This knight, to get rid of this knight here on b4. If takes, there is maybe no. Bishop d2 doesn't work anyway because of the fork knight c2. So bishop d3 maybe. Knight f3. Bishop c4. Followed up with knight d2, so it's not such a bad position for black. Black is not even down material, so it's not so bad even. But here there is maybe c4, but then the knight can come here, reroute to b6. But anyway, I don't see an immediate punishment. After d5, d5 could come anyway, but first we have knight f3 developing. So, but no, not here in that position. In that position, knight f3 developing. So Either bishop g4 or bishop f5 is there a move. Bishop f5, knight here, and queen e6, and then knight there. So let's try this. Bishop f5. We have e5 by Fritz. Knight here attacking the queen. Knight here and stopping e4, and knight there. Stopping e4 again. No, it's not stopping e4 because the knight is also covering e4. So bishop f4 doesn't do so much. e4, and black got everything, white got everything he wanted out of the opening. So that's why we had this move e5. Knight c3 and queen there, or queen d3. Not quite sure. Knight c3, where is bishop b4, pinning the knight. That's an interesting approach. Leaving the queen there, stopping e4. Threatening to take this. Knight takes, or pawn takes d4. So probably e3 has to be played here. After bishop there. Or even more tactical is queen a4. But let's try e3. Because black is threatening to take here. After knight takes, and yeah, black is just threatening to take the pawn. So e3. Let's say. You could take there anyway now. Bishop d7 I will do, or bishop g4. Both are good. And now bishop e7, castles, and knight f3. First, no, this all is not so clear, because after e3 I would instantly go there, attacking the knight. But now the knight attacks the pawn, unpinning. No, one of the knights keeps on being pinned. But bishop f4 still. Bishop f4. Bishop there. Castles, and now taking this. And going knight a5 to stop any c4. No, c4 can come anyway. c4 can come anyway, so that here doesn't make sense. So queen there. c4. Okay, white is what worse? Threatening the fork. So knight here. Queen there, keep on defending the d pawn. Bishop here, knight there maybe takes. e4, rook e1. Knight f6. It's a game. It's just it's a game. It's perfectly fine for both sides, this position. Probably even more fine for white because of f3. Normally f3 is not such a great move, but in that position, not sure. Also possible is maybe bishop takes. Yeah, but bishop takes is also very strange, because I think queen here, queen f3. No, I wouldn't do that. I would attack the queen first, because stopping queen f3. Knight here, and then bishop there. Bishop here, okay, knight there, keeping the pin. And now rook here, queen there, and bishop there. There's a double attack, so f3. And now going after the e-pawn. And I think black is fine here. Takes. I'm not sure if black is fine there. It's such a complicated position. White took the pawn. Wow. I didn't expect that. This is... Yeah, the Monarch is not such a great engine, but... There are many ways to play the chigorin. To play against the chigorin, but this is probably not the way to go to capturing that pawn, because knight f3, bishop b4, e3 is an option. Capturing the pawn, queen takes, king takes. Okay, you have an extra pawn, but you're all messed up. Even if there is also knight takes, the bishop takes, and then you have a doubled e pawn and the isolated a and c pawn. So, not sure. Bishop f5 might be an option. No, then e4. It's not so clear how to do that. e4 is a threat, so eliminating the knight first I would do, and then go bishop f4, and after that move to just castle queenside. With check, king can't approach the c file because the bishop is covering all this squares. If the king goes here, then his own bishop is blocked, so queen here. And now probably bishop there, threatening rook there, check. So bishop here defending against the check. And now simply knight a6 I would go rook d1. And after bishop here, for example, no, I wouldn't do that. I would go bishop b2. And after rook there, you can defend the e-pawn via this move. But then the knight can come here, threatening this one, and you still cannot castle. Yeah, that's not so great. This is not only the only move in that position. Also, knight here is a move, going after the e-pawn. Best thing to do is that one. I'm not sure. I don't like white's position here. Let's see how both engines are evaluating this. Fritz is on equal and Monarch is on better for white. So it's still not over, but the heat is out of the position. It's not a big deal now for black, that position. It's played itself. Just look at the pieces. Rook, knight, all are active. Okay, white has a bishop pair, but pawn structure is messed up. You could go here though, after all that, and after rook takes, being up a pawn yet again, but then knight takes here, takes there, rook takes, rook here. Going rook there, rook there. I don't think this sacrifice is working though, because knight here, you just go there and defend everything, exchange everything on the e file, and also this knight is hanging. I just recognized, so it's not possible currently. So probably knight b3. a6, knight takes now, only after the knight has reached a square rook there. Now you could go either rook, it doesn't matter. I would do that rook. Bishop there, and you can't take because of the fork. Yeah, well, you can probably. No, you can't. Yeah, you can. Still. Rook against two knights. 4 versus 5 pawns. So, it's interesting. But we have a different move there. We don't have that. Bishop f5. With knight here immediately. Where is this knight heading to? Maybe to here to attack this pawn. But now white can go e4, and bishop g5, bishop d2, castles and king c2, capturing this and going knight there, attacking the pawn twice, and that's how you get back the pawn. Okay. Okay. But we have a different approach here. We have takes, queen takes, king takes, not bishop takes, but knight e7, and now we had that move, threatening the pawn here. Threatening this fork. So I probably go bishop a4. No, castles is the move, Fritz suggests. So castles. What about knight takes here now? Rook there, check. You can't... Yeah, you could block, probably. King here is not so great because of bishop there. Now the king hand starts. Rook in, this is just for a pawn. So all this, or for 2 pawns, but okay, castles, knight takes, rook here check, bishop there. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes, and knight here, and there is no way to defend this one anymore. I will go e4 here just to stop bishop f5 from ever happening, because you can't stop this anyway. King here. Not sure if black has compensation for all that. So bishop there. No, bishop f5 here, knight takes. No, not knight here. Well, even knight here could be interesting, because knight takes, rook takes, rook here, rook there, rook there. Maybe it's just a draw. So you can give this perpetual. If ever you go there, then phew. This could probably be terrible. Because you can just mop up everything with the check. King goes back, and now taking this knight. 4 versus 4, being down the exchange. Still with the king that far in the center. But you don't have to. You can also go check there, which is actually a mate. Because the bishop are covering the exit squares. So rook here. Bishop d2. Rook b8. I'm not sure if white can survive this attack. So what's the line here? Bishop d2, and now knight takes e5, knight takes e5. So after this check, not bishop f5, but knight takes here. Knight takes, rook takes, king there, bishop f5. Now you have to take the rook. And this is just a draw. I wonder, is this just a draw, or is this better? It should be better for black. This one here. Is there anything? Rook here, check, king there. Okay, Monarch is not taking this knight, but is taking the rook. But then you add more. You can take this knight just. Sure how you would take it. Probably like this. Rook takes king here and the bishop there. Still, you can come out of the box. Let's try any move. Bishop here and there. There. Rook there. Let's try some silly move. I just want to see. Check. Yeah, now the rook is lost. No, it's not. Rook here threatening a discovered check. Discovered a double check. Also, the bishop is hanging, so... Okay, first of all, after this, the bishop is now not hanging, so you could probably do something with it. I'm not sure how to increase the pressure here. Knight takes, pawn takes, and rook takes. Maybe bishop takes is even better, but then the king can escape on the second rank, so rook takes. You don't want to go into this discovery. Do you have any nasty discover checks? Probably not. Bishop f5. Bishop here, rook there, check, king there, bishop there, rook there. Bishop there I would do. Defending the rook. Keeping an eye on that square here. Now if the knight ever approaches, then it's over. Okay, knight takes. Is there any desperado attack? Fritz gives this as winning for black. I'm curious to see how this game ends. A very materialistic play by Monarch 1.7, but there is this horizon effect which those engines have, taking material when they don't see the refutation of it. So we have knight takes 8, knight takes there, pawn takes, g takes f, g takes, rook takes, and king c1. G takes, rook takes, king c1, of course. Oh, because after bishop f5 you have e4. Is there any knight route you can use? So let's try bishop here, the knight here, knight takes, and now knight there. Let's just play any move. Let's say knight here. No, not knight here, because this is just losing the knight. Let's just say bishop here defending. No, this is also lost because of knight here checkmate. Or not mate. No, it's not a mate. King can go there. Wow, so much activity for the black pieces. Not sure how to save this. Probably knight here is better. At least you have this checking thing. No, I think you cannot sacrifice the bishop even. So probably go bishop e3. e4 anyway. Knight there. No, I wouldn't go there now, because knight e5 is just a terrible monster threat. So knight here. Do you have time for bishop f5? That's the question. Bishop f5, e4, bishop here. Bishop there. Knight there. Okay, now what? What is white actually doing? Let's say white does anything, because there are no moves. Knight here. Rook check threatens. Phew. Not sure what to do here. Let's say you push the a pawn. The rook just went back. Wow. Probably there is just nothing. Knight here, pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Okay, you have this check, but then the king just goes there, and you don't have anything. Bishop here, you just take this, and there is nothing happening. So, okay, I don't see it, Fritz doesn't see it. So pawn takes, g takes, rook takes, king cu7, another rook just went back. Let's see. a6. Where is the bishop going? Bishop d6, trying to give that check from here. So e3 stopping this. Knight, bishop there, okay, now this knight is trapped. Now this knight is trapped. So let's say you move anything, rook there. Give that check. King here doesn't do so much because rook there and you cannot use this file. Where is the knight route which actually wins? Rook there, probably. Now rook there. It's not a threat, but now the knight can come out. So knight there. Because the bishop is also covering this square. But now you have this fork. Fork. Fork, fork, fork. Fork, fork, fork. Bishop here, taking there, check, bishop back, knight here attacking the bishop, bishop here, check, king there, check, king there. Problem is you don't have bishop takes a3, so not sure if this, how is the material here actually? e3 should be played there, f4. King c2, king c2, king c2, bishop f5 check, e5, no, not bishop here, rook check, okay, king d3, king there, yeah, if king there, then bishop f4 check, might be strong, so let's say king there. Knight here, pawn takes knight, knight here, check. Don't see it. King c2 we have. Not e3, but king c2. Bishop f5, e4, rook c8, king e2. This is what Fritz gives. So Fritz gives that with a winning position. After e4, rook c8. What's the material? 4 pieces each. Pawn down for black and the exchange down. So rook here, king e2 or what? King d2. But then bishop f5 check. And if king here, knight there, takes, check. Okay, you have that check also defending the bishop. Only squares that one. b3. Just give any move. Rook there, check. King there. Knight here, check. Cannot approach, you could go there. Back. Or there. Both would hold. Not sure. King c2. Rook c8. That's the current board position. That one here. Okay, king b1 is what Monarch gives. King b1, bishop, king b1. Okay. Bishop there. Bishop here, not getting it. Bishop there, stopping rook c1. Cannot go to a2. Where is the knight maneuver? Here, here, here. 4 moves. 4 moves. Is there even a faster way? One, two, three, 4. So you could use different roads. Probably that one is best. Safest. Okay, now it's white's move. What is white actually doing? b4. I'd play. Knight here. King b2. Knight there, threatening this check. Or that check. So let's say rook d8. Knight here check. Don't want to go to this file here or to there. There, so you have to go back. Now what? Knight here to there to there. You have to use all your pieces if you don't have a queen anymore. So yeah, it's hard. You're down material, you're on the attack, but you have to find the right moves. What will be the move played in that game? Bishop b5. But just kick this. No, but then the knight can come out, so it's not... Yeah, but takes, and you have 3 pieces for 2 rooks. I think white is better there, so you can't do that. So a3 is out of the question. Knight g2. Let's say you go there. At least you have a draw. Stopping b4. So let's say rook there. Bishop there, I mean. Rook there. The problem is this rook never can come out. So pawn here, trying to go rook a3. No, rook a3, the bishop is covering this. But e4 maybe, and then rook a3. Knight there. Rook there. You just have to find one check. Going round with the knight. One check and d2. Rook here is probably not great because of knight here, and now you have to go back to defend against the mate. But rook there, and now rook takes pawn here. Would be a checkmate. So you can't do everything you want. As white you have to be careful. Now after bishop b5 I would first go bishop here to stop rook c8. Rook takes a8. Both engines are so materialistic. There are so many options in that, game. But rook takes here 3 versus 4. Okay, yeah, material is better for black, so why not go in for this? But now black can go b4 maybe. Bishop there traps the rook. Wow, so b4 is not possible. But now you can get the c file, maybe. Rook there, bishop there. Covered, covered, not covered. But what does this here do? Rook here, bishop there. Still it's awful, that position. Still it's probably very awful. Pawn here, b4. The bishop takes. Taking there and going back. Defending the knight. Rook here, pawn there. Bishop there and rook there. Follow up with rook takes here. And h5 maybe, just to get some loot for the king. So, well, yeah, black is better here, but yeah, I also didn't find any attack, so rook here is probably not the yellow from the egg. The other line is, after this takes, to take there immediately. No, you cannot go back with the bishop anyway, because the bishop is covering that square. Sorry for that. So you have to go all the way. Not sure. So rook takes, and don't have rook c8. We have bishop there, another rook gets the c file again. Bishop a2. Bishop e2, knight c6. Knight c6 going there, so stopping this, attacking the bishop. Bishop here, stopping that one. Still cannot move the b pawn, unfortunately. But what is white doing here? Can't move this, can't really move the bishop. Probably you should move the bishop, but then black pins the bishop. What's the move there? Okay, you can go there. No, you can't, because rook takes, and bishop there pins the rook to the king. So you'd have to defend. Knight takes, there, takes, and black is up a whole piece. So this pin is terrible. So you cannot use e5 to hope for that, to get this one in. Taking the bishop and losing the rook. This was the idea. But still, that's not so clear, because it's just a terrible position for white in nearly all the variations I see. So bishop d6, rook there, bishop there, exchanging the rook, and go knight e4, attacking that pawn. And trying to go there, so bishop here. Still you can, yeah, now you could probably move the knight, this one. But the knight, where is the knight going to? Knight here maybe, bishop takes, and a3, but now you can stop it with this one. The rook still has no squares. Yeah, two bishops versus a rook, and such a terrible rook it is. b4, it doesn't do that much. It's just over. Knight c6. I don't find anything. Okay, a4. a4 immediately. So rook takes a8. bishop e2, knight c6, and now not rook there, but a4. I would go knight b4 or rook c8 or something. Rook c8, rook there, bishop there. Rook there, bishop there, rook there. Go there, would attack the bishop. It's just terrible. Everything is terrible here. Rook c8. Yeah, chest up material is black. How is this? How has this happened? How did this happen? So let's follow the game through yet again. So new game, new game, new game. And let's see, what's the thing here? So d4, d5, c4, knight there, takes, knight f3, e5, knight c3, bishop there, pawn takes, does this, and now knight e2, followed up with knight b4, knight there, rook c8 check, bishop there, followed up with knight here, knight takes there, knight pawn takes there, bishop e4, no. What was the move here after g takes? No, wait, I screwed this. This one happened. Knight takes, g takes, rook takes, king here, and rook went back. And now we have 4 versus 4, but this knight can never come out. So yeah, let's again see both evaluations of this. So we have -4 and also -2. So both engines are thinking that this position is now very bad for white. It's probably not the greatest of all ideas, not the greatest of all chigorin openings. Rook d1 we have. Bishop takes h2. Yeah. White is now falling apart. It's just, materially speaking, it's over. 3 versus... Let's count. 5, 10, 8. 5. No, not 5, 10, 8. 5, 10, 13. So 5. 11, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So materially speaking, it should be even still. No, 14. 14 versus 13. So, white is down material in such an endgame, so this is completely dead. So I will resign this now for white. And now let's ask Fritz a couple of questions of this game. So close. Oh, that's interesting. So let's go there. Fritz. Let's see what Fritz has to say about that. So, d4, d5, this was all given to them. I have let them play without opening book or table bases as always. And now takes, knight f3. Is this still book, live book with knight f3 100 games? Knight c3 was probably played more often. e3, knight f3 on knight c3. There is only one game with knight c3. Wow. Knight f3 was played there. e5. Okay. Notations. Let's just... Why is this so slow currently? So... What the hell? Okay. d4, d5, knight of c4, knight c6, knight f3, pawn takes, queen takes, and knight f3. Why not knight c3? That's the big question I have in this position. But when this is so fucking slow, e4. No, really? Okay, then I have to close it and reopen it again, if this is really the case. So, yeah, it's the case. No, close. Hate this. When this happens, I get mad when this happens. When something is so slow, I really get mad. So let's analyze this a bit. Well, I need a cigarette to somehow not kill my computer. So is this now? Okay, now it's working. That's good. Good news, it's working again. So let's reload the Fritz program. So the question I had, d4, d5, c4. Why knight f3? Why not knight c6? Oh, knight c6, you lose the pawn. Okay, so knight f3 defending the pawn. Another move, knight. Now this move comes. To be able to pin the knight which arises on c3. Bishop pins the knight, and now... Now what? I will go e3 as I suggested during the live coverage. e3, and here we had the move takes, which is equal. Bishop d2 or queen a4. Let's try queen a4 as an interesting approach to this. What about taking here? Queen takes there. Oh! Unpinning, so takes. Because, oh, that's the idea of queen a4. That's awesome. The idea of queen a4 is just to remove the pinning piece. Takes, and you cannot take the queen now. You could take the queen, but this is also just equal. Because knight takes, new variation, knight takes d5, and it's 3 versus 3. It's also playable, but queen a4 is an option. Okay, a tactical one. Bishop b4, e3 is another one. And now bishop g4 pins everything. Yeah, this is the position I know out of the chigorin. So yeah, pinning everything, threatening e5. So there has to be dealt with. Bishop e2, and I think, yeah, black's position is just okay. So knight c6 takes. What's the other option? Knight c3 immediately, on knight f3. Takes is equal. Everything here is equal according to Fritz. So takes, queen takes, knight f3 defending the pawn, and now e5. You have to know this e5. Knight c3, and now bishop b4. And now there are two moves, queen a4 or e3. And the move played in the game, takes. This is also equal. And now knight e2, knight e7, knight b5. This is a little bit too greedy. Just castles, knight takes, rook c8. Now knight takes here. What I wanted to see is what happens if knight takes here. Then still rook takes d2, king there, and rook b8. What happens if bishop f5? New variation. Still equal. Knight takes a8, and now you only have this perpetual, I think. Now the king has to go back. King c1. Yeah, there is only this perpetual. If this is played, then just rook there is mate. So, or any square along the d file, except of d1 is mate. So this is the perpetual. So bishop f5 is also possible, but rook b8 is just, it's better. But only a little bit. So the real mistake in the game was here, knight takes e5. What was the move here? Yeah, instead of knight takes c7. Yeah, it's hard to play. Knight b4 was the mistake. Knight b5. There you should go probably e3 or e4. Let's go or a3. Bishop there, bishop there. Bishop d3, e3, castles, and king e1. And it should be around even, this position, playable for both sides. So it's interesting. It's really interesting. But what I find interesting the most is this queen a4 idea. Yeah, no, and it's also pinning the knight. So what's the best move here? D takes, e4, and now attack. Yeah. There is just nothing. Queen a4 is also possible. It's also a nice line. Probably played before. Live book. No, there are not so many moves. The queen a4. D takes 5 times. Bishop here, and queen a4 is never played before, but this position has arisen a couple of times. So with different move order, queen a4 is still in the database. but yeah, remembering this is awesome. Okay, thanks for watching and see you next time. Ciao.